Hey, it's Caroline Croteau. Come in and see us, 400 Downs Boulevard, Green Daisy. You're watching Doug in Exile.
We caught a fish. Merrick Garland held in contempt of Congress. At least those steps are heading that direction. We'll get to it. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. We've been following the Merrick Garland scandal of his obstruction. Here's a quick intro by James Comer.
The Oversight and Judiciary Committees issued duly authorized legal subpoenas to Attorney General Garland for a certain set of documents, including the audio recordings of Special Counsel Hur's interview with President Biden.
It's the Hur interview that is the big cover-up. I'll read a few tweets. Here's Mike Benz. Never in our nation's history has there been a more worthy and long overdue contempt resolution than one for Merrick Garland. Kudos, credit, and praise goes to Rep. James Comer. For people who say they don't do anything, they did something. Here's the Oversight Committee. Chairman Comer speaks on House floor in support of resolution to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt. Here, remember, as the Democrats say, no one is above the law.
The Attorney General has refused to produce these audio recordings. Unlike what my Democratic colleagues keep claiming, this is not just Republicans who need these recordings for their oversight duties. Media outlets, including the AP, CBS, CNN, NBC, and the Washington Post, among others, have filed suit to get these same audio recordings as well.
Democrat media outlets are saying, Biden, though you're a Democrat, you're covering up. Merrick Garland is covering this up. So this is even the Democrat media arm are calling out their own. This is a sign of them throwing Biden under the bus. They're ready to be done with this guy.
Because the media, like everyone else, knows there's no substitute for a recording of an interview. Not a transcript, not a summary, not the Attorney General's judgment that Congress doesn't need it. The Oversight Committee's investigation of these classified documents has already revealed that the White House's official timeline of events regarding these classified materials left out very important details.
Yeah, so they've already been leaving stuff out. What did they leave out? Important timelines. I'll make a guess on two others in a minute. Two other important things that they probably are covering up.
For instance, White House employees were entering the Penn Biden Center and moving documents months before the discovery of the classified materials by President Biden's personal attorneys in November 2022. One of those employees was former White House counsel Dana Remus. We issued a subpoena for Mrs. Remus's deposition, but the White House has blocked Mrs. Remus from speaking to the Oversight Committee.
Okay, so the number one thing I believe they're covering up is that the transcript that was released to the public does not match the recording in substance. So not just Biden saying and, but probably reveals the depth of his senility or whatever it is that's wrong with him that they were trying to cover up. That's one point. Here's James Comer.
The White House has also blocked other White House employees who visited the Penn Biden Center before November 2022 from speaking to us. What is the Biden administration trying to hide?
Yeah, I believe that the Biden administration, in point number two, is hiding substance that they wanted to go after Trump. It could be other parts of the investigation, like Biden could say things like, I'm really upset that they haven't arrested Trump yet. That would go to his motive in all of these corrupt DAs and judges on their witch hunt of Trump.
Attorney General Merrick Garland's refusal to produce this evidence establishes a clear pattern of obstruction by the DOJ to cover up President Biden's wrongdoing. President Biden has lied to the American people about his mishandling of classified documents. He has repeatedly denied not knowing about or being involved in his family's influence peddling schemes, which the Oversight Committee can now show has raked in $18 million from foreign individuals and entities for the Biden family members, including President Biden himself.
Just remember, the Department of Justice is not for justice, but this is normal oversight for Congress. This is their job. This is how one branch of government checks the other. And remember, the Democrats in Congress are trying to put the Supreme Court under their overview. The Democrats are, but they don't want the Congress even to do its normal job of being a check and balance on the president.
He also met with nearly all his family's foreign associates. President Biden's Department of Justice appears to be taking every step to insulate him from the consequences, whether it's hiding these audio recordings or attempting to give Hunter Biden a sweetheart plea deal to shield Joe Biden from facing accountability for his role in his family's influence peddling schemes.
And this is what happens when you hide things, is it makes people very curious about those recordings. Now we all want to know, including ABC, CBS, CNN.
The House of Representatives cannot serve as a necessary check on the presidency if the executive branch is free to ignore the House's subpoenas. I urge my colleagues to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress.
Yeah, this is normal congressional stuff. This is normal oversight they're supposed to be doing. And here's the vote. What happened with the vote?
On this vote, the yeas are 208, the nays are 207. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
That's the first step to holding Merrick Garland in court. Of contempt of Congress. Republicans won this one. Hats off to the good work of James Comer. This is how you do it with a very narrow majority. We won by one vote. We got to tell that to Margie Taylor Greene. I'm Doug in Exile.